Hi everyone, this is the Dispatch for Wednesday, April 15th. Our readings are again from Psalm 118. This will be the last day with that psalm before we transition to a new one tomorrow. And then a reading from Joshua chapter 3. You'll remember that Joshua is the one who took over leadership of Israel after Moses dies. Joshua helped Moses lead the people out of captivity in Egypt, and Moses sort of passes the baton to Joshua. And this scene is part of setting up Joshua's authority as the leader of the people of Israel, in a sense as a new Moses. You can't help but notice parallels. This is a story of Israel crossing the Jordan River. They've wandered through the wilderness, and finally they're entering the Promised Land. And so this, you can't help but notice the similarities between the crossing of the Red Sea and the crossing of the Jordan River. Again, setting up Joshua as a sort of new Moses for the people of Israel, a new leader. Another thing to notice is the nature of the Ark of the Covenant. The instructions are for the Ark to pass through the people, but you have to keep a safe distance, some 2,000 cubits, however far that might be, from the Ark of the Covenant. This has to do with how Israel understood the holiness of God, the presence of God. Not just anybody could enter or go near the presence of God, because that's how holy God was. Moses was able to ascend the mountain of God, but nobody else. And he came down changed because he had been in the presence. And so the ark is now the place where the presence of God dwells. Inside the ark are the tablets, manna from the wilderness, and maybe one or two other things that I can't remember at the moment. But so this is all going on in this particular story. And as the Levites who are carrying the ark, as they set their feet in the water of the Jordan, the water stands up in a heap, and they're able to cross on dry land. One other thing to mention about this passage, this sets up the symbolic significance of the Jordan River specifically. And John the Baptist will use that symbolic significance later when he invites Israel back to the Jordan to be baptized, to enter the waters of the Jordan, and then to re-emerge, a sort of a re-entry of Israel into the Promised Land, reenacting this particular moment from Israel's history. So there's a lot happening in this story. It's very significant for the life of Israel and how they understand their presence in the Promised Land, how they understand God's presence with them. It's a very significant passage. So spend some time with that one. And then, of course, our third passage will sound familiar, Matthew 28, chapter 28, verses 1 through 10. It's the Easter story. It's the same passage that I used as my sermon text on Sunday. It's Matthew's account of the empty tomb. We are in the season of Easter. Easter is a season, not just a day. It's a season of 50 days leading up to Pentecost. So we are just at the outset of that long season of Easter. A couple quick updates. A reminder that my our book discussion begins this morning, 10 o'clock, and everyone is welcome to join. Check your email inbox for a link to get into that video conference for that discussion. If you haven't picked up a copy of the book yet, fear not. We're not digging too deeply into the book just yet. This first session will be a lot of laying of foundations for our discussion. So feel free to jump in even if you don't have a copy of the book yet or haven't started reading it. And then just a moment of personal privilege. Today is Owen's 10th birthday, so we're excited here for, actually this is our fourth birthday in quarantine. Almost all of our birthdays in our family are stacked up. So this will be the last one. We'll get through the season of birthdays. We're almost out of wrapping paper, so that's good. That's all for today. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.